Well, happy Thursday everybody and welcome back to the channel. We've got a little Vauxhall Corsa behind me and it's got a little bit of a fault. Let's have a little look. The customer is complaining of a electronic stability control lamp which is coming on. As you can see, the car is running and we've got no engine management lights. Let's get on the diag and have a little look, see what's going on. Right, let's jump on the diag. Let's make sure that the vehicle's engine is off but the ignition is on, and we're going to jump around to the diag now. I'm going to do a high-speed scan and see what fault codes we're coming up with. As you can see there, we've got one straight away in the ECM and one in, I can't remember what that one's called, electronic brake control module. First things first, as always, we like to create a report, pre and post scan or pre and post repair. Let's have a little look at the ECM. P0171 fuel trim system lean. So have a look at the electronic brake control module. Invalid data received from engine control module, which is a U code. Can't get me words out this morning. I want to concentrate on this one first, this fuel trim, and see what's going on. Oh, hang on. This is a 1.4 LDD. Manual, start stop not equipped. Not equipped. Read the fault codes. Yeah, and we've only got that one stored in the ECM. Should we have a little look at live data and see what is going on? Oh, I don't want to clear it. Too late. I've already cleared it. Being finger happy there. Read data stream. Fuel trim data. We're not worried about everything else other than the short term and the long term fuel trim. Right, with that set, let's jump in the car and give it a big start up. Now with that car now running, we've got the long term, short term, and you want anywhere between 5 and 10 normally for a good healthy fuel trim. Now as you can see, we are climbing 19, oh, bloody fingers are getting in the way today. We've got 20, 23, it is all over the place. So we're getting too much air, hence the lean fault. Now on these little petrol Vauxhalls, the first thing to check on them is the actual evap valves themselves, and it is just tucked right behind, well, on top of the inlet manifold. Right by there. Now these are very, very, very simple to test. All you need to do, everything's getting immediately off. Pull it off the inlet manifold, it can be a little bit tricky. Unplug it and take the other pipe off as well. I'm going to take it off. Right, now with this little evap valve off, best way to check them, get your lips, seal it around the tube, right, and give it a little blow. If you can blow through it just like that, that valve, can't get the words out, that valve is faulty. Right, well I've just been on the phone to Vauxhall now, which is only a stone throw away from us, and they have, believe it or not, they haven't got one of them valves in stock. Such a common fault, they haven't got one in stock, so they're getting one in for this afternoon. But however, we have got one of these little cars in the scrapyard at the top of the yard. Well, I wouldn't say scrapyard, it's more of a park it down and we'll get round to fixing it one day sort of yard. I'm sure all garages have got these sort of cars. What we're going to do is pinch it off this one and see if this valve is any good. Well, it didn't take too long to take off. As you can see, if we give it a bit of a blow now, I can't blow through it. Let's go and put this back on the car. Right, now with that brand new set, literally brand new second-hand valve fitted, should we get on the key and give it a big start, Rooney? Right, now with that car started, let's have a little look at some live data. Let the car settle, because I've just given it a little bit of a start Rooney and a bit of a rev, and it will settle itself out. And we are looking for anywhere between plus and minus 10 on the fuel trim. As you can see now, we are, rather than plus, we are minus. And the long-term fuel trim, that will sort itself out as the car gets a bit warmer. But we are more than happy with that. Right, now as you can see, I have just given that car a damn good revving, and it is sorting itself out beautifully. Right, now with that EML light off, customers also complaining of funny little noise on the brakes as they're slowing down, so I'm going to take it down the road for a little bit of a test drive and just have a little listen and see what sort of noise we're getting. Well, I haven't really had to come far to get it to make that noise. Don't know if you lot can hear it. Sounds like front discs and pads to me. Let's get back and get it back on the ramp and have a little look. Right, now with the car back on the ramp, we've got the vehicle up in the air. We're going to give this passenger front, the passenger side is the worst because that's the way I can hear the noise coming from. Give it a little bit of a spin, Rooney. Can you hear it? If I do that face again. Yeah. Let's get this wheel off. As you can see, that wheel is now off. Now these brake discs, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. Let me go and get my little torch. You know, I like this little torch by Vauxhall. It's brilliant. Give it a little flipperoonie now. We can see them pads in there are pretty much right on the metal. Can you see the state of the discs? I think the best thing for me to do is get them off and show you. Just with a little bit of magic, look at the state of them brake discs. And I think that is a noise that we've been hearing. Hang on, it's probably about 0.7 miles left on them pads. Joking. Right, let's go ahead now. We need to clean this hub flange up, clean the brake pad carrier up, and then we should have our new brake discs, which have just turned up now. Well, this is something you don't often see me doing, is promoting braking components. The simple reason being, I can't give an honest opinion on them, but Borg & Beck is something I have fitted to my own car, and I've used them for many years, and I am more than happy with them. How was that for a little bit of a montage with them brakes, eh? I'm getting good at this content creating stuff. Right, now, that caliper carrier is now nice and clean, and also the brake sliding pins, they're nice and clean. I'm going to chuck it into a time lapse and get these brakes rebuilt. That was beautiful magic, and we're all now back together. And as you can see, I always put the date on them as well, so you know exactly when they're going to be fitted. Because these new brake discs now, they are all painted. How posh do they look? Right, let's carry that procedure out on the other side as well. Right, well, I've gone ahead now and I've fitted both front discs and pads, a front axle set. Now, this car is 2017 and it's done 86,000 miles. Now, I can't find any brake fluid service history for it whatsoever, and it is, well, it's like gravy. Let me spin it around. Look at the colour of it. So we're going to go ahead and get this brake fluid replaced as well. Also, I'm going to be using the Launch Pro Brake one. This is an absolute game changer for any workshop. First thing we need to do is get all that old brake fluid out. What we're going to do, switch the suction on, get your little pipe, dip it in, and that is going to pull all that fluid out of that reservoir. Once we've got all that dirty contaminated fluid out, we can go ahead and put our cap on it, and we can get our fill line. Get a couple on. Now these are quick connectors, so once they're on, just give them a little bit of a tug, make sure that it's nice and on properly. Then we can go round and get the pressure set up to 2 bar, which is perfectly healthy for bleeding brakes. Now let's come round to the back of the vehicle. Now that is the colour of the fluid that we've taken out of the front calipers to start with. Now we've got that pipe connected up to the little nipple. We've got a 7mm now, crack it open, and that fluid will start coming out into our little catch can. I've done both back wheels, and now I'm round to the front. That now is that car off the ramp, and where's my little torch? We go around to the brake fluid. Look how clean that is now. Absolutely perfect. Let's put the cap on, and we can jump in the car. Give that brake pedal good pump-rooney. That is rock hard. Beautiful. Right, well, I'm not going to bore you any longer. This car now is 1,000,000% better than when it came in to the workshop. We've had new discs and pads, which is taking care of the noise when they're braking, and also their lean fault. This car's going to be driving like a brand new car. The last but not least, when we fit in new pads, we do hang, especially with the Borg and Beck, they do come with this little thing that you hang on the rear wing mirror, and it tells you what you should do with the bedding in process of discs and pads. You've got to take it easy, let the brakes bed in, don't sit with your brake on the pedal when you're sat at traffic for a few miles. Oh, yeah, it's worth a read, worth a read. I should do a little video really about after what happens when you fit when you've fitted brakes, because a lot of people are just, oh yeah, put brakes on, blah blah blah, but do they tell you like the bedding in process of them? You've got to take it easy for so many miles and no hard braking. But I think I'll do another video on that at some point. Now I would say a job well done. Now I'm going to be popping for my dinner now, and while I'm having my dinner I'm probably going to download this video, edit it and get it uploaded ready for tonight. So anyway, tomorrow I think I've got in, he's coming early from South Wales for a wet belt replacement on a little Fiesta. So yeah, I'll probably do another video on that anyway. So anyway, let's get it sent.